our screen. Lawson with 5. Here he goes with 3. Lawson with 2. Here is Lawson for the win. Good!
Ty Lawson used to be one of the better point guards in the NBA, and he would dazzle crowds on a night-to-night basis with his scoring and playmaking abilities. He starred for the Nuggets and had some very memorable moments. But after his trade from Denver, his level of play suddenly declined, and he played for 3 teams in 2 seasons. Then, he'd be out of the NBA at the young age of 29, and now he's overseas playing in China. But what caused his career to drop off so quick? But before we get started, if you like NBA videos like this one and want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's travel back and find out what happened to Ty Lawson. Going into the NBA, Ty Lawson was a star for the University of Northern Carolina. He played 3 years for the team, and in his final year they won the national championship. Because of his stellar play, he decided to forego his senior year and enter the 2009 NBA draft. And in the draft, he fell to the latter end of the first round, mainly due to concerns about his ankle and his height. 5 point guards were drafted before Ty Lawson, but when the Timberwolves were up with the 18th pick, they chose to draft Ty Lawson. But he would then be traded to the Denver Nuggets less than an hour after he was drafted. Lawson would arrive in Denver and play alongside Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups. But due to the Nuggets already having a star-level point guard, Ty Lawson would become the Nuggets' backup point. The Nuggets would open their season this year against the Utah Jazz. Ty Lawson made his debut in the NBA with just over a minute left in the first quarter of the game, and he had a spectacular first game. He scored 17 points, dished 6 assists, and pulled down 4 rebounds. The Nuggets won the game, and this would be a preview of how the rest of the season would go. The Nuggets finished with 53 wins and thus had home court advantage in the playoffs. But they would lose in 6 games to the Jazz in the first round. Ty Lawson finished his impressive rookie season by averaging 8 points and 3 assists with good percentages, while also playing 20 minutes a game off the bench. Lawson recorded 5 20-point games and showed flashes of his potential in the NBA. Next year, in the 2011 season, Ty Lawson would get his shot to become the starting point guard. On February 22nd, Chauncey Billups was traded to New York alongside Carmelo Anthony. Lawson then thrived as the lead guard for the team and increased his averages to 12 points and 5 assists. And after becoming a full-time starter, he would have one of the most astonishing performances in NBA history. On April 9th, Ty Lawson would start out hot and make all 10 of his first threes. He went 10 of 11 from 3 on the game, and the only one he missed was a shot he had to take at the end of the quarter. Ty Lawson finished the game with a career-high 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. After this, the Nuggets finished the rest of the season strong and finished with 50 wins. They lost in 5 games to OKC, but Ty Lawson led the team in scoring. The next year would be Lawson's first full season as a starter, and his numbers went up even more. He averaged 16.5 points and 6.5 assists in the lockout-shortened season. He recorded 11 double-doubles, but something would spoil Lawson's season. Ty Lawson was arrested this year after avoiding prosecution for careless driving. And this would not be the end of his problems with the law, but more on that later. When the playoffs began, the Nuggets couldn't get past the first round. They played against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers, and the series went to 7 games. The Nuggets lost by 9 points in Game 7, even though Ty Lawson had 24 and 6 in the closeout game. The Nuggets bounced back next season by winning 57 games, the best record in franchise history. Lawson had a repeat of his level of play, and his stats were essentially the same from the prior year. He led the team in scoring and had 13 games of 25 points or more. But when it came time for the playoffs, Ty Lawson and the Nuggets choked in the first round again. Yeah, these Nuggets teams had some really bad luck in the first round. They were upset by Steph Curry and the Warriors in 6 games. Ty Lawson wasn't to blame though. He averaged 21 points and 8 assists in the series and dropped 35 points in Game 3. Next year, before the 2014 season, Ty Lawson and his girlfriend would be arrested after police responded to a domestic violence call. The charges were later dropped, but this incident did not have a good effect on Lawson's public image. But it didn't have any effect on Ty Lawson's on-court production, as he had a very good statistical season. In fact, arguably the best individual season of his career. He averaged a career-high 17.6 points per game, while also dishing nearly 9 assists a night. And he had a few really good games this season. In November, he had a game of 28 points and 17 assists, and in March, he had a game with 30 points and 17 assists. But the Nuggets as a whole did not have a good season. After finishing as the 3rd seed last year, they missed the playoffs and only managed to get 36 wins. But the next year would be even worse for the Nuggets. They finished 12th in the conference and only recorded 30 wins. Despite that, Ty Lawson had another good individual season. He led the team in scoring and assists with marks of 15 points and a career-high 9.5 assists per game. He also had 28 double-doubles and 20 20-point games. But this year, Lawson's legal troubles would continue and he would be arrested for a 3rd time. He was pulled over in Denver on January 23rd after driving nearly twice the speed limit. And once pulled over, police found out he was intoxicated and arrested him. And only 6 months later, he was arrested again, this time in Los Angeles. This would be his second DUI in half a year. Because of all of Ty Lawson's legal struggles, the Nuggets decided to trade the 27-year-old to the Rockets in the 2015 offseason. Ty Lawson would begin the season as the starting point guard, and ironically enough, his first game with the Rockets was against the Nuggets. The Nuggets blew them out, and Lawson had 12 points and 6 assists. And this game would be well above his season averages. Ty Lawson's production sharply declined this year, and after just 11 games, the Rockets removed him from the starting lineup. During his time with the Rockets, he'd be suspended for a total of 5 games due to his ongoing legal problems. Ty Lawson looked like a shell of his former self, and by March, the Rockets decided to waive Ty Lawson. During his short 53-game tenure with Houston, he only averaged 6 points and 3.5 assists. 6 days after the Rockets waived Ty Lawson, the Indiana Pacers chose to sign him for the rest of the season. He played 13 regular season games with them and averaged 5 points and 4.5 assists as the backup point guard. Then he got his first playoff action since 2013 when the Pacers played the Raptors in the first round. The series went to 7 games, and Ty Lawson was horrible in the series. He averaged 2 points per game and became a liability on the court for Indiana. The Pacers lost in Game 7 and decided not to re-sign Ty Lawson. In the 2016 offseason, Ty Lawson signed with the Sacramento Kings, and this would be his last season in the NBA. He had a little bit of a bounce-back year, but it was essentially just inflated stats on a bad team. Lawson averaged 10 points and 5 assists a game and started 24 games for the Kings. And oddly enough, Ty Lawson actually recorded his first ever triple-double this season. On April 11th, he had 22 points, 12 assists, and 11 rebounds in a win against the Phoenix Suns. After his lone season in Sacramento, Ty Lawson was getting minimal interest from any NBA teams. Eventually, he decided to sign in China with the Shandong Golden Stars at the age of 29, and as of this recording, he's averaging 25.2 points and 6.7 assists for the team. Ty Lawson was at one point one of the best point guards in the NBA, but at just 28, his career rapidly deteriorated. He went from being the leading scorer for the best regular season Nuggets team of all time to being out of the NBA and playing in China just 4 years later. There are many factors that led to his decline. His off-court issues caught up to him after a whopping 5 arrests. His 5'11" frame did not help him the more his athleticism decreased. But it is very puzzling how Ty Lawson's career fell off a cliff immediately after he left Denver. He didn't even have any major injuries that would have slowed him down. Maybe he was just a perfect fit with the Nuggets. But if you like this video and want to see more stories about players like Ty Lawson, make sure to subscribe to my channel.